Shatters Omarosa's story to pieces with what he just revealed to the world by US4Trump.com. Trump fires back again at Omarosa for her multitude of blatant slanders and lies simply because she is mad that she was fired for her lack of integrity at the White House. He previously hit back, calling her a lowlife at a Bikers for Trump event in New Jersey. This time he doesn't hold back, and you can see in the message, "This will surely cause a media frenzy." I guess he enjoys it. In the tweet issued this morning, President Trump says, when you give a crazed, crying lowlife a break and give her a job at the White House, I guess it just didn't work out. Good work for General Kelly for quickly firing that dog. Wow. The use of the word was surely meant to imply that she was a poorly behaved person, but the media will likely spin it out of control with their usual racist, sexist narrative, which is all too predictable. Shouldn't surprise us. There's his tweet. This story actually gives yet another great example as to why it sure is wonderful and excellent White House Chief of Staff John Kelly decided to stay at least until 2020. He made a good choice to rid the administration of someone who cannot be trusted. Some may think President Trump's rhetoric is harsh, but when you think about the fact that Omarosa is advocating for Trump's impeachment simply because she is mad, she needs to be called out for her pathetic lack of integrity and reasoning. Many have debunked much of Omarosa's new book, which includes the lies and accusations she is hurling. For example, pollster Frank Luntz and many other in this video from Sean Hannity's show yesterday say nobody even ever asked for their quote in the book, and none of it has any truth. Here is another source of the claim that she is totally making things up to try to exact her revenge on President Trump after everything he's done for her. She's also probably just trying to make money for herself, as she has always been known to be a very selfish person at any cost, as seen from the days when she was on Donald Trump's successful show, The Apprentice. We're not playing this. This tweet also shows how little these lies will hold water and how Omarosa is, unfortunately for her, destroying her reputation and painting herself as untrustworthy to any potential future employee or people. Mark Burnett called to say that there are no tapes of The Apprentice where I use such a terrible and disgusting word as arbitrary by wacky and deranged Omarosa. I don't have that word in my vocabulary, never have. She made it up. Look at her many recent quotes saying such wonderful and powerful things about me, a true champion of civil rights, until she got fired. Omarosa had zero credibility with the media. They didn't want to interview when she worked in the White House. Now that she says bad about me, they will talk to her. Fake news. This is appearing to be one of the biggest non-stories, as the evidence shows a lack of credibility, and that this is just another media ruse as the Stormy Daniels fiasco and others fade into the distance. Things like this only serve to make the president stronger. Soon this too will just be another weak, forgotten attempt to slander an amazing president by the mainstream media and others with Trump derangement syndrome. Because by her saying this at this day and age, she said that he said it during The Apprentice. So that makes her even more guilty, in a sense, you see. No, I think she was paid off just like that Stormy Daniels and everybody else was paid off. Basically, Hannity takes on Omarosa. Book is made up. We'll just take a little listen.
Peter Strzok has finally been fired. The damage is done. A politically motivated Clinton exoneration, a partisan witch hunt against the president, the weaponization of the FISA court system against the Trump campaign and the incoming president. And tonight we are still asking, where are the criminal referrals? The president's attorney, Rudy Giuliani, will join us tonight. And meanwhile, your corrupt mainstream media has a brand new obsession. And her name, Omarosa, after secretly recording President Trump and the Chief of Staff, John Kelly, in the Situation Room. And despite major, obvious credibility issues, yes, your mainstream media is more than happy to push all the salacious, over the top claims that are in her new book. And coming up, we're going to highlight the media's new preoccupation. We'll also cover the protests this weekend in Washington, D.C. ignored.
Let's see.
Right, former Trump aide Omarosa is now making controversial claims in her new book. Many of her claims are coming under huge fire, including by pollster Frank Luntz. He tweeted, quote, "I'm in Omarosa's book, page 149. She claims to have heard from someone who heard from me that I heard Trump use the N-word. Not only is this flat out false, I never heard such a thing. Omarosa didn't even make an effort to call or email me to verify shoddy work." Frank Luntz is with us now. Also with us, the author of The Geraldo Show, Fox News correspondent at large, Geraldo Rivera, pastor of the New Spirit Revival Center, CEO of the National Diversity Coalition for the President, Darrell Scott. Frank, not only did you make those comments, I called Sean Spicer before the show tonight. I called Katrina Pearson before the show tonight. They both make the same claims as you do, and I'm shocked that the publisher didn't fact check anything, apparently.
You know, as a writer, I hold the writer responsible. I've done 3 books, and if I get something wrong, even a spelling error, that's my job to fix it. There's no accountability, and I'm going to acknowledge something here. I've never liked the term fake news. I believe that very often it's biased or one-sided.
No, it's fake.
I don't think it's made up. This book is made up, and there's no reason, and after tonight, we should not spend any time talking about it, because quite frankly, there's no value in it. And this is one of the reasons why Donald Trump has a favorability rating that he does, despite the criticisms of the media. It's because when people go at him, when they challenge him, they do so with things that have no credibility whatsoever. It's simply not believable, and it allows Trump to become even stronger and more effective. It's part of why the media's gotten it wrong, and it's part of a wake-up call. Stop lying, start telling the truth, give the American people what they deserve, the facts, and nothing but the facts.
Let me go to you, Geraldo. You've known Donald Trump for, what, 3 decades or longer? Your reaction to all this? 4 decades. You're much older than I am.
Well, you know, you and I were out Thursday night with Bo Dietl. That's the kind of relationship I had with the president back in the day. There were plenty of times in public and in private where guys are guys and people are, saying this and that. He never, ever uttered any word or phrase that could be remotely considered racist or racial. It is an absolute canard. It is a lie. And for her to secretly tape the White House Chief of Staff and other aides and the President of the United States, even in the secure Situation Room, it goes beyond what Frank, I think, accurately describes as a shoddy piece, as a piece of fiction. It is something that imperils the national security. And it is, to me, interesting that Omarosa, the most reviled public figure in reality TV history, suddenly became the darling of so many in the media. Why? Because she was attacking the President of the United States.
You know, Pastor, I became fond of Omarosa. I saw somebody beyond the reality TV show that I think the President saw. And then I talked to, I've known Frank for decades. I've known Sean Spicer for such a long time, Katrina Pearson, I've known you, and when they say that it wasn't even fact-checked, I'm pretty shocked at the publisher, to be honest, that they would allow it.
Yeah, I am too. You know, I met Omarosa through President Trump, and we became friends. I'm surprised. She's went scorched earth, and all of the conversations her and I have had as 2 African Americans on the campaign trail, along with, Katrina Pearson, Lynn Patton, Diamond Silk, and a few others. She never, ever even insinuated, even remotely insinuated, that the president was racist. In fact, she defended him very vigorously, and she even gave me talking points on, episodes from her life where he was just a help to her when her family members, I think her brother died or whatever, and he helped then. And even with, she told me about how much he helped her before, during, and after The Apprentice, helped her get deals, kept her in his orbit, in his loop. And even when she goes on to say that she was offered hush money, I don't see where somebody offering you a job, a landing space after you lose one job, and they offer you another job paying similar or if not the same amount of money. I don't see how that's hush money. I thought that was him being a friend and looking out for her as a friend would look out for another friend.
Frank, I got to imagine that there is, if you so desired, you would have a legal claim. Where do you stand on that?
I don't believe in propagating things that aren't true. I believe in accountability, and it's the number one value that Americans want in Washington. And the number one value they want from the news media, above everything else, is the truth. So whatever we can do to bring accountability and the truth to your viewers and all viewers across America, we're doing a good thing. Suing someone like that doesn't prove anything.
Geraldo, last word.
I just think that if the president can be faulted for anything, it is hiring this person who he should have said, "You're fired."
Wow. Okay, we'll leave it there. For somebody that's noted for that, I don't think he likes to fire people. Interesting. All right, when we come back, the president's daughter-in-law, Laura Trump, weighs in on this and much more. Straight ahead.
Well, you could see that she's just a liar. And, it is disgusting. It is disgusting. That's why Trump gets mad. He calls them out, and he doesn't hold back, and I don't blame him. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.